Alright, what is up, you guys? The Sandman. Back at it again. We're looking at Avenged Sevenfold yet again, guys. Recently I reacted to Bat Country, and that song right now, as of now, over the last couple months, probably my top three most frequently played songs ever. Um, and that's just how much I love these guys already. Don't get me wrong, I've already heard a couple of their songs like Almost Easy, Afterlife, Bad Country, Nightmare, and there might be one or two other ones that I can't remember off the top of my head. But these guys just show that even in today's day and age, or I guess their prime was maybe a few years ago, a decade I would say, or maybe they're still going right now from what I know. But I mean, these guys are holding it down for the metal scene. So major props to them for being able to do that. But this is from, I think, their 2007 album, the one with Almost Easy on it. I forgot the name. Critical Acclaim, I think. But yeah, this song is called Gunslinger, and we're looking. Got the lyrics in front of us right here, and yeah, man, let's get right into it. I just picked one that had a lyric video associated with it, so let's see what they got. Very swamp blues-esque.
Yeah, you've been alone. I've been gone for far too long. But with all that we've been through, after all this time, I'm coming home to you.
I love the slide.
Never let it show the pain I've grown to know. 'Cause with all these things we do, it don't matter when I'm coming home to you. I reach towards the sky, I've said my goodbyes. My heart's always with you now. I won't question why so many have died. My prayers have made it through, yeah. 'Cause with all these things we do, it don't matter when I'm coming home to you. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh man, that was one of the coolest entries I've ever heard. Like when the beat drops in the club or something like that. This is equivalent to that, except better, because this is my genre. You know what I mean? Wow, that caught me off guard. I was so wrapped into what he was saying, and just the thoughts going through my head about who he's addressing, like writing back home, stuff like that. Once he's all overseas fighting, and that was insane. The way Matt Shadows goes into that note is just brilliant. I love his vocal tone too. It's like not screaming very harshly, but it's not pure singing. It's like a mix between the two, and it's so cool. He pulls it off so nicely. That's why I love his voice.
'cause with all these things we do, it don't matter when I'm coming home to you. Time I'm coming home to you. I reach towards the sky.
I just want to make a comment on that solo real quick. I mean, I saw a video about how to write and construct an effective guitar solo. There's just one simple trick they have to do that really does work, and that's just outlining the vocals in your solo. Um, and this is a perfect example of that, right? I mean, Sinister Gates, we all know how much of a virtuoso this guy is. You know what I mean? He went to Berkeley, he sweep picking master, very effective technical guitar player, some amazing melodies as well. And he didn't really need any of that in that solo, right? I mean, it outlined the same vocal tones that Shadows sang, I think, a little bit in the bridge, but also mainly the chorus as well. And yeah, I mean, this is a perfect example of that. You don't have to go over the top. You just outline the motifs that's been happening throughout the songs, and because it's the guitar solo, it differentiates itself from the rest of the song, and it really stands out. Um, so that's just something I wanted to touch on because that was just perfect example of that. Um, and also, you can hear some signatures. Like when he says now, he's like now. You know, he has this cool little ending to the vowels. Extend when he extends the vowels at the end of each line, he has this cool little signature to him. You know what I mean? Kind of like how rappers nowadays they have their signature auto tune. That's exactly what Shadows has. And it's doing things like that, and he also kind of switches modes, right? Because you know in vocals you have different modes. Like you have your um, I forgot what they call it. Yeah, your head voice, your chest voice, where it's kind of like you're speaking, but you're singing from this area. Your high voice, where it's like not falsetto, but like between head and chest or something like stuff like I don't know the exact terminologies, right? But he kind of switches between those two. So you can see different effects that has. Just makes a world of difference. But yeah, man, also some really heavy stuff here. The chugs are phenomenal. Not the most complex guitar work, but doesn't need to be, right? I think a lot of this shines in the emotions from the vocals. And I think just because the vocals are highlighted once again in the solo, that's really where the emphasis is supposed to be, right? But I love it.
After all this time I'm coming home. I reached towards the sky, I said my goodbyes. My heart's always with you now. I won't question why so many have died. My prayers have made it through, yeah. 'Cause with all these things we do, it don't matter when I'm coming home. And with all that we've been through, after all this time I'm coming home to
Nice. Yeah, man. Structure wise, cool intro section. I love the acoustic. I just want to hear that riff once again, just to get an idea of what it sounded like.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really cool, like, grimy grassroots feel. I don't know how to explain it, right? I mean, it's almost like you're off to war, right? You're on the terrain, in the jungle, in the desert, camping out or whatever. So I think that's the kind of vibe that the effect that it has when you consider the story behind the lyrics. So that's really cool. Of course, one of my favorite parts of that transition when the heavy guitars start kicking in, the vocal scream that Shadows hits is just absolutely badass. Um, yeah, some great vocal modes and just lyrically, man, very very powerful. I mean, from what I've read about these guys love the military, man, support the military at least. Not that they love war or anything, but like they support, the people who fight for this country, man. Massive respect to that because these days it seems like they don't get enough love, you know what I mean? Um, but always remember, putting their life on the line so we can do what we do over here. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that it's necessary in every case, obviously, but just respect that, you know, people are willing to go out there and live away from their families and do the things they have to do for their country. You know what I mean? Or even if it's not for the country, just doing that just deserves respect. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, man, structure wise, simple. You got your intro there, chorus, heavily emphasized chorus. You got the solo, followed by another verse. You got the little bridge, then back to the chorus again. I mean, not really much to say there. Not nearly as complex as something like Bad Country, but obviously doesn't have to be, right? Great execution on this track. Some really heavy guitar playing too. Really nice solo. Um, and yeah, that's all I got to say about it pretty much. Um, yeah, man. More Avenged Sevenfold coming soon. Gunslinger, great song. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. More metal reactions coming. Leave a comment if you have any suggestions as well from Avenged Sevenfold or any other bands in general. So, it's the Sandman checking out. Peace.